Hello, everybody, and at long last, the time has come. It's been, oh god, it's been like 4 months now. Oh my god, I can't believe it's been so long. How is this possible? But it's been about 4 months since the end of Arc 2. Forgive me, I am moving my microphone around. I hope that was not too noisy. But at long last, we are ready to continue our story, our game, set in the world of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. We left off last time at the end of the battle for New Arcadia. At the end of the battle, Escalon's deception, his plan, his trickery was finally revealed as having been a trap all along. It's a trap! Oh my god! To lure Artemis in and to steal her divinity away from her for gods know what reason he's going to do with that stuff. I mean, evil wizard with a god's power? Who knows what's going to happen, everybody? That's trouble. That's
What could
trouble.
possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? That's right, Stephen. What could possibly go wrong? That's what the Wizard Man is saying, at least. What could possibly go wrong? I'm totally not going to abuse this power. No, not at all. You have nothing to worry about.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Many casualties were, unfortunately, taken over the course of the battle. Unfortunately, we lost Aaron, Stephen's brother. Oh my god, I had to think about his name for a second. That feels bad.
It has been a while.
It has been a while.
It has been a while, yeah.
I'm like, oh god, what is his name again? And
it happens, don't sweat.
And we also lost Michael's adoptive ma, the leader of the good wolves, so to speak, Lupa. She was slain attempting to stop evil Wizard Man and his plans from progressing. Unfortunately, that did not happen. And, well, now she's in Tartarus.
I will have my revenge. Don't you worry.
Famous last words.
Oh, really?
Eurus,
Not
the
time.
god of the east wind, oh god, I hope I'm not mixing that up, came after the battle was over, after evil Wizard Man took Artemis's immortality, and he ushered...
You are correct. Yours.
Thank you. He ushered the party aboard his chariot, telling them that their presence was requested upon Olympus. Of course, the gods would, show themselves after all of this happens, I mean, that just tracks so well. Am I right, guys?
Mm.
Couldn't have possibly shown up any earlier. Where were you guys? We were over here watching things happen. Why? Reasons.
Okay.
So, let's start with let's start on the chariot itself. As you guys are riding along, I'll say that Eurus has, changed the shape of his chariot from a chariot, mind you, to what would the god of the eastern wind drive around with a bunch of people inside?
Convertible.
It's kind of convertible.
Air.
Okay, I guess he just has the super spacious convertible. Yes. Yes, that is exactly how this has happened.
Well, he doesn't seem like a person to ride around in a giant trailer or something. So,
Yeah, we're gonna go with a convertible. He's going around in a
Sure, why
giant
not?
convertible. Um, Jesus Christ. Beatrice has sort of. She seems to have just passed out. Um, Perhaps having been thoroughly tuckered out, she seemed to have put in a lot of work with her magic. And that's my excuse for why she's not here right now. That and her player had to work this morning. Ivy is just suspiciously quiet, I guess, for once. Aaron is quite dead, you know. Artemis also is just sort of like sitting there, just nervously fidgeting. So how? Let's hear how the party is sort of dealing with the aftermath of everything that has happened. You can describe what your character is doing. You can even interact with one another for a brief moment if you'd like to. Let's go ahead.
Well,
um,
I'm, I mean, Steven is distraught, well, and also trying his best not to panic because if this is like of all the times to like go and meet the gods of Olympus, this is probably the worst time for him to be doing that. He's questioning me, why am I here again? Essentially. Not
Michael,
voicing any of it out loud, but you can see it, essentially, by the way that he's acting.
Michael is just stewing. He's sitting in silence, absolutely furious. He's anyone who tries to talk to him, asking about it, he's just gonna shoot them a glare that, if it could, it would probably smite someone on the spot. He is not having a fun day.
Very similarly, Simon is sort of just looking off to the side, very clearly irritated and in a very terrible sort of mood as he taps his fingers against the door of the car.
I guess Max is he's not really doing much. He's pretty quiet right now. He's not mad per se because Lycaon's dead and all that. He's a little pissed that the wizard's still alive, but he's just staring down at his hands and passing this ball of red energy, I guess, from his demigauntlet of force constructs just between his hands, just from one hand to another, and just keeps going, and it gets faster, and then faster, and then faster, and then it vanishes. And then he forms it again, and he starts slow again. And it's just fiddling around, keeping himself distracted.
I think Hal can tell everyone's uncomfortable in their own ways and kind of feels like he can't really do anything to lighten the mood. I guess he's also doing like similar to what Max is doing. He's just playing like with his sword, like turning it from a lighter back into a sword and back into a lighter again. Just like a fidget toy, just like not really sure what to do with his hands. Because everyone's kind of angry and upset. He's just like, wow. Does anyone know any like road trip games? No, never mind. And then he just goes back to playing with his sword.
Eurus, who is, of course, driving the chariot, he says, "Do be careful with that. I still question your father's wisdom for having given you a giant flaming sword, of all things."
Okay.
Simon just mumbles. Well, this is both like kind of card to card.
What was that? You're a little muffled or quiet for some reason, Simon? I didn't quite hear that.
As I have already said, I am literally on the move right now, so
I
don't
know.
expect
I know. I was just asking what you had said. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's
Okay. Well, at this point, I'll say that Ivy, she starts to sort of move through the convertible. Because she's not here, so I have to have her character deliver some items that she was told to deliver. She goes to Stephen first. She says,
Mm-hmm.
"Stephen."
Yes.
And she reaches into her pocket and she brings out a folded piece of paper. "Here, I know this isn't the best time, but I was told to give you this."
This is from who? Like he said as he takes the ladder.
As you ask that, her face sort of just cringes. "I don't know if you want to know who it's from. I mean, I'll tell you if you want to know, but you probably don't. I was just told to give it to you, and I'm just the messenger."
Well, I mean, how am I supposed to know what to think of whatever is written here if I don't know who it's from?
She looks
It's
around and
okay. You can
she
tell me.
whispers to you as she leans in and she says, "It's from your least favorite wizard man. I don't know what's on it. I didn't look at it. He just told me to give that to you and that it would have the answer to what you were looking for."
Okay, so hearing that Stephen clearly looks like very stiff, and you can see that he sees like his hand that is holding the letter slightly shaking just as he like processes what I just said. Well, yeah, she is right about one thing. Probably like the last person he wants to hear anything from at this point. But oh well, what else is he going to do? So he just says, "I see, thank you." And he will open the letter and read it.
Okay, give me one moment. I just got to find where I did the thingy. Oh my goodness. And as you open the letter, written there in your former therapist's handwriting, you see just a single sentence. It's nothing fancy, though you probably don't understand the meaning of it, I'd imagine. It just says, "Look to the stars and you will find your path." Seems like just some like very generic self-help advice or some shit. You're not sure?
Well, reading the uh, reading that Stephen kind of like just stared at us on this for a while, and really is very angry that it actually doesn't answer nothing about everything that he's been asking about in his mind. And he just like crunches up the paper and decides not to look at it anymore because I am not going to deal with your riddles at this time. At this time, not now.
I
Valid
think
reaction.
Max would look over and say, "What's that?" If he sees Steven scrunch up the letter.
A cryptic message from our least favorite person to deal with at this point, telling me an answer about something that is not actually an answer at all.
What did he say?
It's not important.
Okay.
Look to the stars and look to the stars, and there you will find everything that you're looking for, whatever the heck that means.
What? Is he writing a self-help book or something? Jesus.
He's running a trap. That's what it is. I say don't pay any attention to it. You'll just end up like, never mind.
Oh,
Oh no, hope is gone. All hope
Oh,
is
no.
gone.
All hope is lost.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
The next thing that happens is that after Ivy delivers the letter, then she moves over to you, Halcyon. She says, "How you holding up?"
Well, accidentally got, one of, accidentally got Artemis's divinity stolen. My mom is now, and myself are now werewolves and will, never die. You know, normal stuff. Nothing big. Just kind of chilling. How are you?
Holding up. Well,
That's good.
if it means anything, take it from me, because I know from personal experience, death is kind of overrated anyway. It's kind of boring.
Well, yeah, I'll never get to know that, but, okay, I might be a little bit upset about it. But I might get over it, probably, eventually.
Well, I hope this isn't too awful of a time, but and she leans in conspiratorially. I don't know exactly what's going to happen when we get to Olympus, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you this. And she reaches into her, does Ivy have a bag? I feel like she does, right? I think she does. I think she mentioned having one. And she brings out a small, generic-looking metal box. And she hands it to you, and she says, "Don't open it."
What is
Um,
the,
I don't know exactly. I was just given the box, and I was told to give it to you. And for you not to open it unless you were wanting to give up hope.
oh! Can I tell if this is like that box? Like Pandora's box?
You,
Or is it?
you remember the story of Pandora and how it actually was not a box in the mythology. That was just a mistranslation. But you do remember the story. but it was never a box. But now this is a box, so that's kind of confusing. And Ivy explains, yeah, he kind of transformed it into a box and said something along the lines of, it was better this way, or something like that.
Okay. Wow. This feels heavy. I'm gonna put this somewhere safe. And he really doesn't have anywhere safe to put it right now. So he's just like holding it closed, like in his lap, just like, just like paranoid that it's going to accidentally open.
If you want, I
just
can
like-
store it. I have my
Yes.
fanny pack.
Yes, please. Yes. Does anyone have like tape or like a lock? Or, like,
The mechanism on the box itself is such that it would be very hard to accidentally open, if not just straight up impossible.
Okay, that's at least a little bit relieving. Yeah, put it in your fanny pack. Please, thank you.
Okay. Max is gonna grab it and put it. Just open up the fanny pack and sort of shove it. It's a little too wide, so he has to like stretch it a little bit, like the fanny pack itself, and then it just goes in and it vanishes. And he's gonna zip up the fanny pack again. Yeah, that should be safe in there, hopefully.
Nice. And if there is nothing else, did you guys want to have any more interaction here? If not, we can move on to what comes next.
I would like to have a little bit more interaction.
By all means, go ahead, dude. Let's do some roleplay then. Go ahead.
So Simon's just gonna look at the box the moment. Who handed it to Hal?
Ivy.
Yeah, the moment Ivy hands it to Hal, Simon's just gonna like glare at the box and be like, I think our best bet is to just throw that fucking thing out the window.
I would not do that.
There's nothing inside but poison.
I'm pretty sure Hope is inside, and
Oh, please.
like the world's
Yes.
hope. If I'm understanding the myth correctly, and throwing it out.
False hope. That is what Elpis means. False.
I think that's up to interpretation.
The
I'm
philosophers thought that it was the greatest of evils in the box. I don't think we need to be burdened with it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that burdening us with this is a major detriment, but I don't think throwing it out the window is a good idea. I think we should bring it to someone trustworthy, like maybe bring it back to camp or something, where I know it will be safe.
You do
I
make
think.
you do make a better point, I guess, but god damn that man.
Yeah, screw him. I correct.
I'm just imagining Maxwell's reaction to the suggestion of throwing Hope out of the window, or anything out of the window.
is that triggering? Sorry, Max.
He's pointedly not paying attention to that.
And pray tell, He turns towards Ivy. How did you get a hold of this?
Your least favorite wizard gave it to me to give to you.
What? When? I
When me and Beatrice were captured in his camp.
He found the. I guess he thought it that important to give us the box that contained all evils in the world.
He said that Hal should only open it if he was going to give up and surrender to the spiral.
Yeah, so that's not happening.
Yeah.
If the box has like all evils in the world, why isn't he in it? Our, least favorite wizard man.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah. It's filled with. Well, it was filled with daimons, the minor spirits of. Well, specifically Kako daimon, so like minor spirits of misfortune. Technically, Simon looks at Max's fanny pack where the box doesn't really look to be because it's like a magical holding space. And it's like, technically they're the same kind of thing as me. Which is weird.
Oh, sick. So I've got a bunch of you in my fanny pack. That's nice.
Well, no.
That's a weird way to put it.
I mean, satyrs aren't spirits of evil. Yeah.
I beg to differ.
What? And Simon just sort of giggles a little.
Does anybody remember that moment back in season 1 where Simon was just talking all that stuff about Halcyon after he got turned into a werewolf? It's like, I thought I was going to have to kill you or something like that. Does anybody remember that?
I remember that. I wasn't even here. I just remember watching the episode.
I think my reaction was like, man, so much for friendship.
Friends don't let their friends become mindless monsters enslaved to the will of a cannibal.
I guess not.
Okay.
Right after the explanation of like Pandora's box and stuff, Michael's just gonna finally slowly turn and look at Simon and be like, "Thanks, Encyclopedia. I didn't know I checked you out from the library today."
Oh, damn.
And then,
What the heck?
Burn.
and then just like go back to trying to keep his rage contained.
Is he
Everyone
stewing
is fine.
or is he souping? We're going to have to ask ourselves.
Doing very stupid.
Leave me alone, lies.
Simon's just gonna be like, ugh. Look, it's not like you're the only one who screw up. You can sulk in your corner. And he just looks at Michael with a little bit of disdain.
Oh, God. It's okay.
How does our local goth boy react to Simon's words, rather?
Michael's just gonna mutter under his breath, "What corner? When a giant flying car."
Cars have corners. You know I can hear you, right? I have... The goat ears aren't for show.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's a car. It's a car. Cars have corners.
Is now really the time to be arguing about this?
Look. What else
This is
are we gonna argue about?
how about if we stop arguing before I freak the fuck out and this flying car turns into falling car?
Driven by a god. I don't think we can do shit to it.
Michael's just gonna like suddenly get up and like get right up into Simon's face and be like, let me explain it to you in a much finer detail. Shut up.
As Michael does that, Eurus, he speaks up and says, "Now, children, normally I would threaten to turn the car around, but, well, I don't think any of us want to go back there. Please do behave."
I think I prefer that, actually. I prefer going back there and dying if it meant that I wouldn't have to deal with this nonsense.
I don't care.
Push Michael a little and go, Doggy, you're not...
Whoa. Bold words.
You're not...
Whoa.
You're neither the first nor the only person that has threatened me, and I'm not exactly scared. I was going to rip that motherfucker's throat with my sword, and if you think that you scare me more than he does, you're just wrong. So just get your fucking temper in check, and let's, I guess, stop arguing before, you know, get turned into like cows by the wind god.
Oh, get my temper in check.
Oh no.
Temper in check. Oh, if it were only that simple. Maybe you should watch your mouth before you end up on some farm somewhere. Now, leave me alone.
Simon's gonna headbutt him.
Oh no.
Oh my god. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna grab him.
Wait a second. Wait a minute. I missed that. What happened again?
Simon's gonna headbutt him.
Oh my god.
Can Steven and Max interject just so these two can stop?
Sure, but how does Michael react to getting headbutted?
Michael's gonna draw. Wait, does Michael still have a weapon on him?
He would.
Probably.
Yes.
He's gonna draw it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Alright.
Do that again. I dare you. Because right now, I almost care enough to cut you down. Almost.
Okay, Steven. Okay, Steven is just at this point he's just going to like stand up, try to get in the middle of them and be like, "Can you guys stop? Stop with this fucking nonsense. Like, now is not the time for us to be fighting each other. We have much more important stuff to worry about, and Jesus Christ, I know that all of us are like not okay right now. Tempers are high, but this is really not the way to do it. Please just calm down, both of you, and stop fighting. I don't know if that works, but yeah.
This is the most stupid situation I've ever been in. Michael, you need to calm down. I understand that you're mad. It makes sense. You've lost people now. But don't hit Simon. And also, Simon, you probably shouldn't have headbutted Michael. That's stupid. You're both stupid. That's all I really have to say right now. And can we just not do anything until we get to this meeting of the gods?
Sure. And Simon's just gonna relent.
Whatever.
Thank you. All right. And then Max is gonna go back to playing with his like little red ball.
Well done, children. I thought for a moment I was going to have to interject there. You'll be happy to know that soon we will be at Olympus, and you won't have to deal with this cluttered situation for much longer.
Thank you.
And not too much later, you see that looking through the window down, you can see the cityscape of New York City. Just sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Passing beneath you very rapidly. And ahead of you, you can see this thunderstorm just crackling and pulsing with lightning in the air above one of the skyscrapers, seemingly. It might get a little bumpy. Please do mind the turbulence.
Oh gosh.
And you...
Wait.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Hal tightens his seatbelt, like in preparation, for turbulence.
Not afraid of a little thunderstorm, are you, boy?
Yes, actually.
I mean, you warned us. I take godly warnings seriously. I mean, can't hurt.
How very wise of you. Well then, hold on. And he drives into the storm. And for a few brief seconds, the whole car just shakes. It's almost like being on an airplane, really, if any of your characters have ever been on a plane. And you can hear the sort of thunder outside and the rumbling. And for a moment, you swear you can hear someone's voice in the storm.
Oh no.
Just indistinct and bellowing in rage. And Artemis,
Oh,
she
gosh.
just seems to just shrink from this voice and from this presence. And thankfully it doesn't last for too long before you arrive into the city of the gods. The car comes sort of skidding to a halt. And Eurus, he sort of does a drift into the city, if you will. And then he looks back. We're here. You may exit.
Okay. As Steven said, he's just slightly scared, just slightly scared of what just transpired. Just getting out and very stiff and trying not to move a lot because he feels like if he moves too much, he's just going to drop on his knees. Okay, everything's fine. I'm calm. I'm still alive somehow. I don't
Michael
like
is just Michael is just gonna be like, oh, for goodness sake, and just sort of shoulder checks Steven out of the way because he thinks he's going too slowly.
Guys,
Okay, ouch. Sorry.
Max is gonna help Steven up as he gets out, and sort of pull him to the side to let the others get out as well.
Thanks,
I
Max.
know this may be somewhat insensitive, Eurus begins, but please don't forget your brother. He explains to Stephen.
I wasn't intending to. But thank you for the reminder, I guess.
And his body sort of lifts as if carried on an invisible sort of breeze, and it begins to follow you, Stephen. Oh no, we lost hope again. I wonder if that's because of
Um,
Aaron being dead and whatnot, or if he just disconnected by chance.
It might be the disconnect by chance, I think.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. I guess we're gonna find out. Anyways, how does Stephen react to, this? How does the party react to this? To, Aaron's sacrifice and whatnot? What are we feeling now?
Well, I mean, Steven is still like very clearly distraught about it. He's trying. He hasn't really had the time to process it properly, and probably as soon as he gets the chance, he's just going to like shut down for a little bit and just let the grief festival. But in this moment, he's just like he's still thinking about the fact that like how unfair this whole situation feels because he thought his brother had abandoned him and then died for like years now. Finds out that he's alive, meets him, meets him, and everything is fine. It seems like everything is okay. And in less than 24 hours, he's lost him again, and as far as he knows, forever. Of course, he's not okay. He's trying not to think about it too much so that he doesn't break down.
Okay. What about the rest of the party? What are they feeling?
I think Max is very conflicted right now. He's not happy that Aaron is dead, but he feels like guiltily he feels like there's a weight off of his back, off his shoulders, since Aaron was the one who killed his entire family. So he feels like, okay, I don't have to look for that anymore. I don't have to look for him. I don't have to do anything because he's already dead. That's good. And now what's left after the relief is just like some like faint guilt that he felt relief, and then like concern for Steven, because part of like the last thing that Aaron did was like say that they should take care of Steven, and he's gonna take that job seriously now.
Michael feels bad for pushing past Steven there, but doesn't. He can't bring himself to say anything. At least not yet.
Fair enough.
May I get a little refresher of what happened to my puppy?
Right. So, he sacrificed himself. He got hit by like Heian. He died.
I remember that.
Ivy temporarily brought him back from the dead.
Like I killed him. I remember that, but I killed him basically. What happened in the last 10 minutes while I was gone?
Oh, you mean like, you guys arrived on Olympus, and that's pretty much been it so far. You guys have just arrived.
Okay.
How does Simon react to Aaron?
What happened with Aaron?
His body has, through Eurus's sort of power has floated out of the car.
Simon's just gonna let out a hiss through his teeth and just wrench his head away from looking at it. He feels horrible about it, honestly. He doesn't want to look at it, not in any way, shape, or form.
Valid reaction. And Hal, what about you?
Hey, I love.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I thought you were done, Simon. My bad. I apologize.
No, it's okay. How?
Okay. How are you doing, Hal? How do you react to this?
Hal is kind of, I don't know, he's kind of still kind of weirded out about the whole, you know, what's the word? Like, reanimation aspect and, of what happened, and I don't know, he's just like, he kind of wants to distance himself from that whole situation. He doesn't really know how to process it. He didn't really know Aaron that well, but kind of feels just kind of weird about it.
Um,
You know, yeah, I'm done.
Valid.
So,
Ivy.
to elaborate,
Sorry. Go ahead.
a little on how Simon's second one was but I couldn't get into it. Simon's really guilty that feels he is sort of responsible for Aaron's death, and he feels responsible for taking care of Steven from now on. He also is sort of heartbroken that he was really wasn't able to tell Aaron what he wanted to tell him.
Makes sense. Yeah.
He also has the lingering desire to punch Michael.
Oh God. That's
Ivy. She gently lays a hand on your shoulder, Stephen, and she says, I don't know if this will make you feel any better, but I'm sure that he'll reach Elysium.
he better. He deserves it. Thank you.
Yeah, don't mention it. And Artemis, she watches as the party goes through the motions with your your friend who has passed away, or frenemy, I guess, in some people's cases, considering the complex relationship some of the people had with poor Aaron in the party. She seems particularly just mortified, you know, at the prospect of death, and perhaps at her newfound vulnerability to it all. Eurus, he replies once more, hanging out of the car, "You should head to the throne room. Your father will be waiting there for you. I'm sure he'll want to know all about everything that's happened. Good
Oh
luck."
God.
And so yeah, you guys head through Olympus towards, you know, Artemis guides you through the hallways. As you're walking, you notice this place is just absolutely beautiful. The marble is so pristine, so clear and shiny that you can actually like see your own reflections in it, and it's just like the ideal state of like perhaps like a temple in ancient Greece. Um, it's bustling, so to speak, with activity right now. Spirits and demigods and minor gods and all sorts of different beings are sort of just making their way through the streets and whatnot of the city of the gods here, and all eyes seem trained on you as you're making your way through the city. You can see them sort of occasionally pointing your way and whispering amongst themselves. It seems that news has spread very quickly of what has transpired. How does the party react to the fact that they are so very popular here in this place, so to speak?
Simon just sort of rolls his eyes at the attention. Thinks to himself, typical nymphs and their gossip as he trudges along, carrying his box in both his hands.
Hello? Apologies, I kind of disconnected a little bit there for what happened.
You guys are just walking through Olympus towards the throne room, and people are like pointing towards your group and whispering amongst themselves, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Did you guys hear what Simon was doing? I can't.
I heard, yeah.
I didn't. Sorry.
He just kind of rolls his eyes at the while carrying his little box.
Hmm. Okay. Gotcha.
So, you make your way through the city. It doesn't take you too long to find your way to the throne room. And as you enter, you see the thrones of the Olympians sort of rising around in a semicircle. Each of them are unique in their own sort of way. One of them, Artemis's throne, stands, of course, empty of her presence. And she sort of just looks at it for a moment before her attention switches over to her father, Zeus. You notice the big man himself sitting there, his arms crossed as he regards the party. He seems none too pleased, though perhaps in what's the word I'm looking for? Contrast to what you might expect, instead of being dressed in a toga and whatnot. He's dressed in what seems to be a business suit of some sort. Who would have thought that the king of Olympus would like business suits? Am I right, guys?
Gosh.
The rest of the gods, and along with Zeus, seem to be, before you enter, just caught up in a fervent conversation with one another, and all eyes turn toward you when you enter into the
Great.
to the room proper. And it's silent for what seems like a long, long while before Zeus speaks up and he says, "Tell us then what happened from the beginning."
Um, um, uh, okay, Stephen is like trying to like formulate the words like and he takes like a little bit to like organize, okay, so apologies for like the poor explanation if I happen to, it's been a lot in my mind right now, but uh, after we got to camp, after we got to camp, we got a prophecy telling us that we should go, essentially go and deal with both Lycaon and him, him all the way up north. And when we arrived there through dream walking, thanks to my brother's help, we found out that the werewolf pack in the area and everyone in was stuck there through some magic. Like we couldn't get out. And we tried, then Simon's dad summoned Comus, also said that he couldn't leave. Then we summoned Lady Arthur for help. Then we summoned Lady Artemis for help. And to deal with like chaos, vandals, and escalons, and cult, whatever the heck they are. And we thought we had a plan. We went to fight with everyone's help. Then things started going south. Like Aeon killed my brother, and then it turns out that it was all a trap to attract Artemis to try and steal her divinity, which is exactly what he did. And now he's gone. Now he's gone after Lupa tried to kill him and failed because he apparently cannot die. And now we're here, if that explains anything.
And you notice
Sorry.
Mr. D, who is not in camp, presumably because of this meeting. He sits upon his throne, and Zeus looks over at him. Is that right then, son? And he's sipping on a Diet Coke as he sort of leans back. He looks to the party with this sort of almost concerned sort of look for a moment, perhaps uncharacteristically, of Mr. D, and he says, "Yes, that's about right. That does sound right, yes. And why then, heroes, did you summon my daughter? Why then did you call upon her for help? Had you not done that, she would still be a goddess right now. And now, because of your choice, Olympus is weaker for it. One less of us sits among our present company."
Yeah.
And the atmosphere in the room seems to just crackle with anticipation as silence follows that question.
Simon speaks up. Before then, he was kneeling and not facing the god, but now he does as he speaks. Lord Zeus, may I be so bold as to ask, is it not, I assume, the god's choice to have made our enemy immortal?
He said, "Is it not our choice for what?"
To make, were they not the ones who made Escalon immortal?
And his eyes narrow at Simon as you just feel this pressure almost pushing down upon you. And he seems to question you in that moment. Are you questioning my decision? Seder?
I am not questioning effectiveness. I am certain it was the correct decision of the company. There have been changes. Can you tell?
You're so quiet. Oh my gosh.
I do shit.
I'm having a really hard time hearing. Oh my gosh. That feels bad.
I think at this point Max is sort of just he's just kneeling. He's not saying anything. He looks immensely uncomfortable. Like he does not belong here. He doesn't know these gods. He's not even one of their sons. He just doesn't want to be here, very clearly. Not to mention he's holding a magical artifact that Halcyon gave him that was from the guy that they're currently talking about, Immortal Wizard Man, inside of his fanny pack, and it's just like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here at all.
Valid. And in response to Simon, Zeus says, his life is his punishment for his crime. And he will not die until he has learned his lesson. But he will be brought before this council, and Artemis's divinity will be returned to her, one way or another. And he sort of grabs his face and he covers his eyes for a moment. This is quite the headache. One second, guys. I'm just thinking here. You notice that, Hal, you notice your father, along with the rest of the Anemoi, are there, and he speaks up and he says, "My lord, I'm sure that these heroes, they would not have called upon Artemis had it not been absolutely necessary. They had no choice. How were they supposed to fight against an army of werewolves without any silver?" And Zeus, he looks over to Notos and he says, "I was not regarding you, Notos. I did not ask you to speak on your son's or his friend's defense. Please, do not speak unless I call upon you." And he sort of shrinks away at that, but he continues to look at you, Halcyon, with this sort of concern upon his face. How does Hal react to that?
I don't like. Hal is just kind of like very nervous. He didn't really expect. He wasn't sure how this is gonna go, but Zeus seems very upset about the things that have happened and seems to be less, forgiving than he thought. I guess that was a little bit naive of Hal to expect him to be a little more forgiving, but he's gonna say, Yes, Lord Zeus. It was our idea to summon Artemis to help. We had no idea that Escalon had the power to do what he did. We had no idea that this divinity could be taken away from Artemis, and we're we were so shocked, and I am so sorry that we that we caused this to happen, and I promise we will do everything we can to bring Escalon to justice and bring back Artemis's divinity. We will fix this.
Okay, all right. Zeus regards you for a moment as he ponders on how to respond to you. I would hope so, Halcyon. I would hope so. From now on, we will not answer any more summons from anyone until this war has come to an end. These heroes will have to find their own way to face this threat. We cannot afford to lose anyone else. He closes his eyes as he breathes deeply in. Give me one moment. I gotta think about how to do this. Gosh, 1 second. Artemis. And she sort of looks up from her kneeling position. Yes, Father? You will remain in camp until such time as you have retrieved your divinity. You will aid the demigods, the heroes, along with your hunt until that time comes, my daughter. I'm just trying to think here. Gosh, I'm sorry, guys. A lot of the stuff that I planned, I can't do because people are not here. So I just got to think about how to do this. I do apologize. And as for the rest of you, you are free to return to your homes or to camp. But when the time comes, and I'm sure it will, I fully expect you to answer the call. Do you understand?
We understand.
Yeah, I understand.
I understand.
Good. And, Stephen, are you there? Are you able to speak? It's okay. Is it like a technical issue that's going on, or technical issue? Okay. In that case, guys, we're gonna take a short break here, about 5 minutes or so. We can use the restroom or whatnot, and we will return after that. Oh God, we will return after that time, and hopefully whatever is happening on Steven's end will resolve. If not, I'll help you to fix the issue real quick. Is it just like, is your phone not picking up your voice or something, or what's happening, Steven? Also, while you're typing whatever's happening, I'll be right back. I'm just going to use the restroom.
I have an H on me. Huh. Do you know by any chance what the reason might be?
Huh?
I'm talking to Dustin.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, that's unfortunate. Could you unhook your headphones and use your phone's microphone just to speak, and then you can plug your headphones back in so you can hear? I know that's kind of awkward to do, but that's like the only fix that I can think of currently. Would that be possible? I hate technical issues. Not right now, too much background. Okay. Well, shit. Uh... Yeah, that might be... Yeah, try that. Sorry, if you can.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Good.
We're just trying to work through some technical issues that Steven is having. We're gonna
Okay,
wait for a
so
moment
I am
and see if they can resolve them. Yeah. Okay, we'll be here. I do apologize for how awkward this seems. Like I said before, I am having kind of to improvise here for reasons. Hope that's not too much of a problem, guys.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I will ask, how close was Simon to getting his fucking goat ass blown
Dangerously close. Dangerously close. Very dangerously close.
I mean, he was right.
He may have been right, but you gotta consider who he's talking to, man.
The god of mercy, justice, and good order.
Those are just words, man.
He's the father of the anthropomorphic personifications of it.
Yeah, but this is also Percy Jackson, and he's kind of a jerk in those books.
Pretty fair, he is.
I mean, can you imagine Zeus being nice? Oh my god.
He was a pretty good pop. He was a fine children.
I used to be nice. Not so much nowadays. I think we'll also be able to finish off this session by 9 o'clock. So that's what time you had to go, right, Max?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So as soon as Darcel gets back, we'll continue, and then I think we should be able to resolve everything in the episode. Well, hey, Simon, if he had said a little bit more, they might be having a roast goat feast up there.
Oh my god.
Simon, not go.
What?
Simon, if Zeus had killed Simon, that would have been nothing can make Simon.
Well, if that were the case, I know a few people who love flowers. You know what I mean? That they just want to eat them right up. Looking at you, Maxwell.
And he would. And he really would.
And he would. God. Listen, you both were flower eaters. That was a hell of a way to introduce you. Gosh. Oh my goodness, it is so sunny outside. Wow. Is it sunny where you guys are?
Yeah, it's pretty sunny.
Okay. Guys, got any plans for your day after this?
I got work.
Real.
I gotta study.
Real.
I gotta sleep.
Real. Me too, bro. Okay, Steven, you there?
Yay. Hello.
Okay. There is a slight echo, but that is all right. We can hear you.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank God, finally.
Okay, in that case, we come to our first twist of fate for this arc. Steven, you look up and you see on the roof of the throne room a marvelous, wondrous sight. You see the constellations of the sky sort of captured in remarkable detail up there. And your eyes, as you look upon the stars, sit upon one of them in particular, and you're reminded of the story that went along with it. You spot Gemini, the brothers, Castor and Pollux, and you remember your mother when you and your brother were children, telling you the story of the twins, and how one of them gave up, or shared his divine half with his brother to bring him back from the dead. And you can almost hear Escalon's voice in your mind as you remember of the words scrawled upon that letter. Look to the stars, and you will find your path. You will find what you're looking for. And fate.
Is this what I think it is?
What happened?
Nothing, just me commenting to myself. Go on.
And fate twists and turns and churns around you just as the constellations above rotate through the sky, day in and day out. This is a moment of importance. This is a hefty choice to make. But as you look upon your brother's body, you know that maybe there is a chance. Do you accept this twist of fate?
Yes.
Okay. How does Stephen go about asking for this? How does he approach the council?
Okay. So he's going to like hesitate for a little bit, and then just like look at the council and be like, okay, my brother did everything he could in his life to try and make sure that we could succeed in this quest. It didn't work out, but he did do his best, and he, I think, deserved to live and see it done and to be with his family again after being separated for a long time. So if need be, I am ready to sacrifice anything from myself, whatever it is, to bring him back.
Zeus, he sits forward in his throne as he considers you. He narrows his eyes. Life always comes with a price, Stephen Stonerest. I may be willing to raise your brother, not as a human, but as a daimon. But this will not come freely. You will have to relinquish your status as a ward, the divinity that was given to you by your father, Hypnos. Are you really willing to part with that power for his life?
Okay. Stephen thinks about it for a little bit because, the connection to Hypnos, as much as it has been very short-lived as of now, it was it was something that when it was done, it was his choice. He had accepted it, and he really appreciated that connection because he didn't feel so alone, knowing that Hypnos was in his corner somehow. But this is his brother, and his brother and Hypnos' son, and he hopes that Hypnos will understand his decision, even if he's not here right now, that he will understand why he made his choice. He will look up at Zeus and be like, I hope, I hope Lord Hypnos forgives me for this. But yes, I am willing.
He folds his hands and he rests his chin upon them. And then he folds his hand out towards you and he says, very well then. May it be so. And you feel, Stephen, your power being sort of siphoned away from you. It's almost excruciating in a way, as you, not painful, but just sort of more of a mental thing, as you feel almost like losing a part of yourself in this process. Your brother's body sort of floats towards the center of the throne room as this light begins to shine from his body. Avert your eyes, mortals. And as the party would look away, this brilliant, glowing golden light would sort of emanate through the throne room. And after a few seconds, it dies down. Yes, he would technically need to. Yeah, I would say so. And standing there, now alive again, dressed in a sort of black toga with these gigantic sort of bat wings jutting from his shoulders, is your brother, Stephen. He sort of looks at himself confused and he's like, how am I here? And he's sort of looking around. I died. What? And he's just sort of stunned into silence. How does the party react to this?
Oh boy. So Stephen is like gobsmacked for a little bit because, even if this is what he asked for, he's still kind of like, he's a little bit in disbelief that it actually happened. So seeing that seeing that his brother is here now, even if different, still Aaron and alive, he just, you can see like you can see like a single tear streaming on his face and him like running up to his brother and try to hug him. God damn it, I'm getting emotional.
I think Max, he's sort of kneeling at this. He's been kneeling, but he sort of sits back on his heels and just looks up at the sky because this is too much. It's like he died, he got brought back to life, he died again, he got brought back to life again. He's so done. He has a headache at this point, I think. He's like rubbing his temples. He's like, oh God, I just want to go to sleep.
He's like Schrodinger's demigod. You gotta know if he's alive or dead.
Yeah. And the worst part is, this is the guy who killed Max's family, and so he's gone between feeling guilty for being relieved that he's dead, to feeling annoyed that he's alive again, to feeling guilty that he's alive, that he's dead again, and now he feels both relieved and angry, and he's just like, I'm so done with today. So done. He gives like Aaron and like a awkward nod and then just like looks away.
Valid. That is so valid.
Simon has stood up immediately, falling to his feet. He is staring at Aaron. Surprise!
We can't hear what you're saying, Simon. It's like all gargly and breaking up.
Oh,
Oh no.
Jesus Christ, the malconnection went down again.
Should I go?
Yeah, you go.
How does Michael react?
He's gone.
Michael, just for a moment, just stunned silence, mouth agape. His eyes look twice the size because of all the eyeshadow he's wearing, just staring, too stunned to speak. And then he like reaches his hand up, closes his mouth just manually because otherwise he just can't, and it's just like, what the hell? And then he narrows his eyes and then he's like, but damn, he looks kind of cool. Sorry.
Am I more audible now?
Yes.
I
have
Much
seen
better.
Yes.
Much better.
Yes. So Simon's just gonna stand to his toes and just look at Aaron with this mix of awe and abject horror, and he's just too stunned to say anything, to move.
Okay. Valid. What about Hal? How does Hal react?
Hal is honestly, he's just like, well, that just happened.
Fair enough.
Another unexpected turn of events. He's not as surprised as everyone else, I suppose. He's just like, I guess that happens. I guess that's everyone just turns into monsters. That's how it goes. Another one of us.
Yeah. Now we have Bat Boy to go with Dog Boy.
Yeah.
And implication that Simon is a monster.
But okay. So I think what we're gonna do, because we're very short on time here, there was a little bit more, but we can just do it in the next session. We're gonna go ahead and end the session here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stop the recording.
Alright.